Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the must-see TV of D&N TV, the D&N Show on D&N TV. I am your co-host, one half of the undisputed tag team champions of the internet, Dean Egg, and below me is my other co-host,
Mr. Natsu. How you doing?
Still can't get over your introduction, can you?
I don't want to talk about it.
Today, we have some fiery news we are talking about. We are talking about NFL free agency. We are talking about the match cards that we are going to we have gotten so far for Wrestlemania, and more after this. All right. So far today, we are going to start off with the NFL free agency and what has happened so far. Omar Khan, the official era of the con artist, has come full swing the last 2 seasons, and he has said so far that you don't want to be here? Sucks to suck. You going. We ain't going to keep you here. We don't need you anyway. So, first off, we had a lot of releases that happened. I think I went over that a while ago. A lot of stuff to save up cap room. And then this year, free agency kind of exploded. It went ham. Seemed like everything was happening every 5 minutes.
And there's peeps over here just going, yeah, we signed one guy.
Yeah. It's a lot more you can say about Dallas.
Ain't doing shit as far as I seen.
Yeah. So first off, we have the fact that Deontay Johnson got traded for Dante Jackson, and a few picks. I don't remember what happened in that one, but he was becoming a cancer in the locker room as far as reports were happening, and which is totally fine because we don't need that kind of cancerous attitude when you have a lot of rookies and a lot of people trying to be, build up their career and mature. Especially George Pickens. So he got the hell out of Dodge. And they picked up a really fast cornerback to pair with Joey Porter Jr., which is good. And they're both young. Joey Porter Jr. is coming into his second year, and Dante Jackson is 26. And I think he's been in the league a couple of years. So they're still young, still freaky fast, and hopefully that pans out. They picked up
Jimmy John.
Freaky fast delivery. They picked up Deshaun Elliott in free agency, and which is a decent safety to back behind to pair with Minka Fitzpatrick. So that kind of helped at the safety position as well. And then the big trades. The big trades happened just this weekend. And needless to say, Omar Khan is a goddamn con artist, I tell you what. He fleeces everybody left and right. So first off, we have the fact that on Friday, Russell Wilson signed with the Steelers to a 1-year veteran minimum, since the Broncos are picking up the tab for him to play on the Steelers. They're paying him over $38 million next year, and all the Steelers are paying him is $1.2 million. I'm taking off these glasses. It's shining my screen back. Yeah. So that is barely a cap hit for this year. Maybe they sign him to a deal at the end of the season. Maybe they don't. Who knows? But yeah, so they picked him up. And Friday, I think they said, it was reported that Mike Tomlin had told Kenny Pickett that he was gonna get shot at first team reps in the spring when off-season training camps start happening, and Kenny Pickett didn't like it, even though that always happens. They always let people run with first teams, let the veterans run with first teams and get the shot, and they were wanting him to prove it. They wanted Kenny Pickett to go out there and say, all right, prove it. Prove that you're the starter. But Kenny Pickett did not understand that you ain't guaranteed to be the starter, my guy. They said competition. They didn't say you are our starter, but we're going to see if we can get people to fight with you. No. We said we're going to bring in competition for the starting spot. He didn't like it, and he preferred to move on. Mr. Kenny Pickett decided to run away from the competitiveness. And yes, indeed. He decided to run away from the competition, and he decided, I want to get the hell out of Dodge. I want to get traded. Fuck you guys. And so then Omar Khan was like, all right, we don't need you. Traded him to the Philadelphia Eagles for a couple pick swaps. I think they got a 3rd round pick and 2 7ths for him.
Let me see.
Which he
acquired in trade with the Pittsburgh Steelers along with a 2024 4th round pick.
Okay.
In exchange for a 2024 3rd rounder and 2 2025 7th round picks. Sorry, I cut you off.
Oh no, you're fine. So they got Pittsburgh got a 3rd round and 2 7ths, and they traded Kenny Pickett in a 4th round to the Philadelphia Eagles, where he's going to be a career backup. The only time he sees the field is if Jalen Hurts gets injured. Because not just at the beginning of this year, Jalen Hurts signed a huge 5-year max deal with the Philadelphia Eagles. Like, he is their guy. He's not going to fight for the starting spot. I don't know why he wanted out. He had a better shot at attempting to fight for the starting spot in Pittsburgh. But he didn't want to have any of it. So he's going to go sit on the bench for the rest of his career. And unless knock on wood, that Jalen Hurts has some career-destroying injury where he has to retire. He's going to sit on the bench for the rest of his career. And
this is what it's going to sound like from his point of view.
Yeah, pretty much. Because that class of quarterbacks that he got drafted in the 2021-22 season is arguably one of the worst quarterback classes we've had in a long time. The only quarterback left that is in a starting spot in that draft class is Brock Purdy. There were over, I think, like 10 or 12, almost like 10 quarterbacks that were taken in that draft. He is the only one left. So, yeah. So that says something.
Still speaking on the Steelers, let me get back to it real quick.
I was getting there.
I wanted to like act like I know what's going on.
But I'm a Steelers fan. You taking the excitement away from me. I'll let you talk about your Chiefs.
All we got is Marquise Brown signing a 1-year deal worth up to $11 million.
Yeah, Hollywood Brown getting a demon receiver as long as he actually catches the fucking ball.
Fine. I'll let you speak on the trade that.
Let me finish the Omar Khan masterpiece that is the free agency this year. Just he looked at Kenny Pickett, traded. The con artist looked at Kenny Pickett, said, "Oh, you don't want to be here? All right. Go be a career backup in Philly." The very next day, we fleeced the Chicago Bears yet again. We took Justin Fields for a 6th round pick that could turn into a 4th round pick next year. For Justin Fields to learn under Russell Wilson, and whenever Russell Wilson is done, to hopefully take take ownership of the Pittsburgh Steelers offense, to be their dynamic quarterback of the future. And they're hopefully their franchise guy as long as he can learn. Fleeced him. Now I say that, but yet what I want to say is I will give credit to the Chicago Bears. Because I did see this a couple times. And if this is true, credit to the Chicago Bears. They could have done Justin Fields dirty. They could have screwed him. It has happened before to many players. asking for a trade and getting ruined. Deshaun Watson. It's happened before. They got it was reported that they had multiple, I think it was like 4 other teams asked for Justin Fields in a trade, and some of those trade requests had significantly better draft pick capital than the Steelers pick. But the Steelers, or the Justin Fields' agent and Justin Fields asked them not to trade them anywhere that they didn't want, and asked them to trade him to the Steelers because that is where he wanted. So they took that trade and obliged Justin Fields and sent him to somewhere where he wanted to play. So credit to Justin Fields' former team, the Chicago Bears, for not fleecing him and not screwing him over. I mean, they screwed him over for the last couple of his years because he fell to the 11th pick and got drafted into a team that was in a rebuild, and now he's getting traded when they are done with their rebuild. Didn't give him a chance, said, we don't want you, we want Caleb Williams.
Yeah. So,
but credit to them for sending him somewhere where he wants, which is crazy because Omar Khan fleeced. I don't know if Omar Khan made this trade. I think it was before him, but no, he might have. But either way, they traded Chase Claypool to the Bears for a 2nd-round pick. That didn't pan out for the Bears because they immediately traded him that same season. I think the season after that, or the same season. It was either one, which turned into Joey Porter. So our trades for Pittsburgh's trades with the Bears the last 2 years have turned into Joey Porter Jr. and Justin Fields, our quarterback, which is nuts. Absolutely nuts. And next, I'm going to talk about one of the good running backs in the league, and I'll let you take this one because hopefully you have it pulled up. Derrick Henry, where did he go?
I do not have that pulled up.
God damn it!
You gotta text me this shit.
I just saw his picture on my screen, so I was like, "Hey, you're going to talk about where he goes."
Oh, I was going to talk about Mason Rudolph and how
he's connected. He's connected because he went to the same team that Derrick Henry was on and leaving. So talk about both of them. You got this. After I love the Omar Khan, the fucking con artist free agency this year is just wow.
I'm over here just going, I just want to admit my whole stars aligning moment was ruined. Apparently the Vikings didn't want Mason Rudolph.
Nope. They wanted Sam Darnold.
Yeah, they wanted Sam. Yeah.
Sam fucking Darnold. I would take Mason Rudolph over Sam Darnold any day. Any day of the week, any day of the year.
Sadly, Vikings don't.
They don't care.
Got their head in the game.
They didn't get your email saying to pick up Mason Rudolph.
That does mean Tennessee Titans, I believe, might be a team to watch this year. Let me see if I'm still looking for Derek.
Okay.
I have it literally pulled up right now. Oh, there he is. Running back Derrick Henry signed a 2-year, $16 million contract that has a max value of $20 million and includes $9 million guaranteed to the Baltimore Ravens.
Which makes them that much better.
Boy.
Which also makes the AFC North, the King division of the NFL, makes them even more stacked.
Yeah.
That's also, thank you for mentioning the Ravens, because that's also another one that they picked up. They stole inside linebacker Patrick Queen from the Ravens, signed with the Steelers to a 3-year deal. 3-year, $41 million deal. Hopefully solving their issues at inside linebacker, because they have been searching for their guy at inside linebacker since the unfortunate injury from Ryan Shazier. They have since he has been gone, they have not found their good inside linebacker. Now, our linebacker core is arguably one of the best linebacker cores in the league. I will say, people like Alex Highsmith, TJ Watt, Cole Holcomb, Patrick Queen, all in the linebacker core. And Quan Alexander, as long as he comes back. Or if he's going to retire again. I don't know. But yeah. No, it was Miles Jack that came back from retirement, sorry. And Quan Alexander coming off of injury. So,
very good.
Dangerous linebacker core. So the AFC North is the best division in the NFL. I will say that, hands down. Especially after this last year, they were the first division that all 4 teams finished the season over 500.
Yeah.
If anybody,
and we'll get more into that on In Depth, which is coming this football season.
Are you starting the preseason or are you starting the regular season?
Oh, we're gonna start regular season.
Regular season? Okay.
Yeah. I think the preseason, I'm just gonna go ahead and actually get to like the first regular season game.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna try and take both teams that are playing the first regular season game and just kind of compare them from like last year's stats.
Okay.
Because obviously this season they're not going to be up yet until they play the game.
No.
And I'll just kind of work my way around there.
Yeah.
Still debating if I want to do that on a live stream or if I'm just going to do it as a video. I'll get to that point once I get to that point. But moving on with everything, Kansas City Chiefs, as we stated earlier, they picked up Marquise Brown. And looks like good old Chris Jones isn't going nowhere.
Yeah. Huge contract deal for Kirk Cousins, though, signing to the Atlanta Falcons.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy deal.
Let me pull it up real quick.
I think I talked about it last weekend. No.
Kirk Cousins signed a 4-year, $180 million contract that includes a
I think he's earned
$50 million signing bonus.
Yep.
Cousins receives $100 million guaranteed, including $90 million in 2024 and 25, and another $10 million in 26.
Yep. Nuts. Yeah, I think they've said he's earned over like $400, almost $500 million in his entire career.
Yeah. Dude's gonna be stacked.
Nuts. Any other big ones that happened this weekend? I think not. Which means
I was about to say, what's funny is
I went over it. Okay, because I think I went over it all last time by myself.
Here's what happened in Dallas.
Jack, shit. Oh nope, sorry. They did do one thing.
Linebacker Eric Kendricks signed with the Cowboys.
Oh yeah, I did see that. He was gonna sign with the Dolphins or the 49ers. No, it was the 49ers. He was gonna sign with the 49ers. He backed out of his deal and signed with Dallas.
And then Jordan Lewis signed a 1-year deal. Trent Sieg re-signed on a free agent deal. And
long snapper.
Speaking of the 49ers, let's see what's been going on over there real quick while we're on the topic.
Losing people. Eric Armstead.
Yeah. Brandon Allen re-signed to a free agent deal. Chris Conley re-signed a 1-year deal. Sean Falancio re-signing on a 1-year deal. And Colton McKivitz signed a 1-year deal.
You know what that means, though? The 49ers next year are going to be totally fucked. After this season, in like next year's offseason, everybody's coming up for a re-signing. Everybody.
Well, that, and it's like, you got Leonard Floyd signing a 2-year deal. I'm just going to say Matos. I don't know. Signed a 2-year deal. Malik Collins acquired a trade with the Houston Texans in exchange for a 7th-round pick. Jordan Elliott signed a 2-year deal. Kevin Givens signed a 1-year contract. Devondre Campbell signing a 1-year deal. Demetrius Flanagan Fowles re-signed on a 1-year deal. Isaac, I'm not pronouncing that. I'm going to butcher the hell out of that man's name. Agreed to a 1-year deal. George Odom re-signing on a 2-year deal worth up to $10 million.
Are we just talking about the 49ers?
Yeah, that's all 49ers. So yeah, their off season next year is
Yeah, I have it pulled up here. Some of their in 2025. So going into the 2026 season, so they have one more shot at this, because a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Holy shit. 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Sorry. 36 players their contracts are gonna expire in 2025.
Yeah.
36 contracts. That is ballistic. 36 players on your 54-man roster are going to be expiring in 2025. that's over half your roster. Like, once you go down to the off-season cuts and you go down from a 75 team roster or player roster down to a 55 player roster, that's your rest of the season. 55 players. 36 out of 55 players are gonna need a contract next year.
Yeah.
Not this coming season. I think by next off season, 2025's off season, they're gonna be fucked. Mm-hmm. They're gonna be totally fucked. If they don't re-sign any of those guys, you know how much cap space they're gonna have. 90% of their cap space is gonna be free, because they're gonna have what? How much? Sorry, do the math for me on that. 55 minus 36.
55 minus 36.
Yeah, they're gonna have a total of 19 players on their roster under contract past 2025.
Jesus Christ.
That's like, you have 90% of your cap space is just free reign. Everybody is our free agent signing at that point at the 49ers. That's all you're going to see next year is max deal, max deal, max deal, max deal, max deal, max deal, max deal.
Yeah.
Especially if it increases next year. If it increases like it did this year, which gave a lot of people a lot of cap room space, that's going to be nuts. They're going to have over, I swear they'd probably have over 200 million, pretty close to $200 million in cap space if they don't re-sign any of those players and let them walk.
It's definitely going to be one of those things where we come back next season and get it.
And be like, it's going to be a completely different 49ers team.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Well, not completely different, because you can't re-sign all of those guys. I mean, a lot of those guys are going to be big-name players that want a big contract.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to try to play everybody. That's going to be nuts. And now, moving on, I will let you take the reins on wrestling.
Boy, so much shit to cover. But the one thing that stood out to me recently is Sami Zayn getting the win over Chad Gable. To this day, pisses me off. Because it's I don't know why they want Sami to have the IC title if they do end up having Gunther be dethroned by Sami Zayn. I don't know what their plans are with that one, so I got nothing left to say on that. But the whole Chad Gable thing, it's you keep giving this man opportunities, and then you fuck him. You bend him over, and you fuck him. It's why are we, if you're not going to let him win a tournament or win the title, quit giving him the opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like Liv Morgan. If you're not going to do anything with it, why are you doing it?
That's another thing. It's why are we making her, what was it that they were fucking doing? They were doing the fucking
revenge tour.
Yeah.
And they're still doing it. It's still a revenge tour.
I was supposed to say, and didn't she fucking lose?
Yeah, well, it was a match to keep Becky Lynch's momentum going into WrestleMania. So she faced Becky Lynch. It was a good match, but she lost. And then she looked at Rhea and said, "You took everything I love, so I'm going to take everything that you love." So it might be her story might be one of those long-term deals where she's going to build it up. I hope. Please don't tell me I'm wrong, Triple H. Please. That's what I'm hoping for. But Chad Gable's story, like you said, that's a whole different thing. Like, I don't get it.
It's like, what are we doing?
His whatever academy, I can't even remember what the name is. Alpha Academy. That's pointless now. They don't do anything with it. It's like the New Day. They are basically the New Day now. They don't do shit.
Pretty much.
The New Day has not gotten any momentum whatsoever because they've just fucked it. Not even on the wrestlers' part, but the story writing has just not given them anything.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. And then it's like I said, what are you doing with Sami Zayn?
Yeah.
Like, it makes no sense to me. And then you have, and this is kind of switching topics a little bit, but it's kind of getting into the main title thing on Raw. Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. I've asked so many of my friends that watch wrestling, who do you want to win? Who do you think's gonna win? I'm thinking it's Drew.
I think so.
Like, we all see it. It's right there in front of our faces. We all see it. We all know it's gonna happen. Because one, Seth has been carrying Raw for God knows how long.
Mm-hmm.
He deserves a break, and he needs a break before his body ends up just ultimately giving out.
Yeah.
And royally fucking him over. And then his career gets cut short because of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, I say they put the title on Drew, let Rollins take his rest as long as he fucking needs to, because at this point, man deserves it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when CM Punk returns, obviously I think what they're gonna do is they might have CM Punk just go right for the throat, because I mean it's Punk.
Oh yeah, recontinue the Punk and McIntyre.
Yeah. So I see CM Punk coming back and facing Drew for the title, and it adds more weight to the story. But I don't know necessarily if I have to wait and see how the story begins recontinues, picks back up.
Yeah.
Between those two to see, make my decision on who I think is going to win. But if I had to guess at the top of my head, I don't think they drop it to him right off the bat.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be one of those, longer storytelling things.
Oh yeah.
And then obviously we already know Rock will hopefully, because I could be wrong, I've seen a couple things on the internet and I'll explain that, but
we made the prediction.
Yep, everybody knows that Rock is gonna do something at WrestleMania. Like, it's in the air, it's just,
oh yeah,
you smell it.
The way Roman looks at him is just telling.
Mm-hmm. And it's just, you ultimately know he's going to do something at WrestleMania. I obviously don't know what. I've heard so many different ways that he could, and we've even said different ways that he could, but it just comes down to, we have to see it, so this April,
we will be doing a live reaction.
Yep.
Not like live reaction, but we'll be a recording that we'll post.
Yep. But it's just
or a live stream, I don't know. Either one. Yeah, no, we might get banned for the live stream, but we'll do the recording for sure.
I have a way around that.
Okay. We'll talk about it. We'll let you know.
Yep. But so when it comes to Rock versus Cody and Seth with Roman Reigns, obviously is his tag partner. I don't know how night one's gonna go. I haven't really put too much thought into it. But also on the internet, back to what I was saying about the internet, people have said Seth Rollins might turn on Cody.
Yes, I have seen that. It's hard to say.
And I mean, they don't go into explanation, they just state it, and it gets me thinking, why would that happen? How would that happen?
My only
and what would happen
problem with that is he's so centered on the fact that the bloodline needs to get taken down. I don't see him turning on him for that.
I don't either. But it is Seth.
Well, yeah. But he always had reasons for turning on people. He took the money and he took Triple H telling him that I'm gonna give you everything, the keys to the franchise, keys to the kingdom, if you turn on the Shield. And he said, yeah, I'm taking that.
Yeah, because originally
what does he gain?
Roman.
What's that?
It was Roman they wanted to turn on the Shield originally, if I remember correctly. It was either that or Dean Ambrose.
Huh. But yeah, so it's like, you have to look at it from a statistical standpoint. What does he gain from Roman continuing to hold the title?
Right.
Nothing.
It's not going to be a Shield reunion.
No, nothing. He gains nothing.
Going to be nothing. So that's why I'm sticking with the whole Rock turning on Roman or something of that nature, you know?
Yeah. Because it's not going to be a full success story saying, oh, Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins are going to win night 1, bar them from ringside, and then finish the story night 2.
They're going to lose night 1.
There's going to be a twist. It's just the fact, yeah. Sorry, yeah. That's one of those things where, like, we said it. Like, Rock is going to prevent them from doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to come out. He's going to stop them. They're all going to walk away. Roman's going to be fucking totally bamboozled, and it's going to be a fucking crossroads 1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't see... Sorry, continue.
No, you're fine. It's just the fact that they like, Cody and Seth have to lose night 1. Because it usually plays out like that. Like, there's no... I mean, I guess if you look at, like, WrestleMania 30, right? You had Daniel Bryan defeating Triple H. And in that
They
same
could
night,
do something like that, yeah.
Win the double titles.
They
could do that. But are they going to do it again, though? But then it just popped into my head. Rock did say he wanted to make this ending bigger and pretty much a bigger and better version and more memorable version of Daniel Bryan's Yes Movement storyline.
Yeah.
Well, so maybe they do the, lightning strikes twice.
Yeah.
Maybe they do. Or maybe they don't. I'm still sitting here saying they're losing night 1.
Yep.
Because in order for Cody to finish the story, that's the only way I see it panning out.
Mm-hmm.
In the predetermined wrestling industry. It's just, it just makes the most sense to me.
Yeah.
Because it's like,
it doesn't make sense to have Seth Rollins betraying him,
right.
though. It just doesn't.
And it's just like I said, it happens. You could go out night 1, Cody wins, and then night 2, Cody wins. But 9 times out of 10, it's usually hero loses night 1, hero wins night 2.
Yep.
And then that's how I see it going down.
Yeah. And then speaking of lightning striking twice, we have an update for Logan Paul and his United States Championship at WrestleMania. From a killer stunner and RKO combination on Friday Night SmackDown. Yeah, there's going to be a triple threat for Logan Paul. I almost said KSI. For Logan Paul, KO, and Randy Orton. Although, I did see something, interestingly, that Logan Paul was talking on his Impulsive podcast, I think, and talked to KSI about the whole getting an RKO from Randy and said, hey.
I did that. And
said, hey, maybe you come to WrestleMania, KSI, and get your payback on Randy. He's like, could you imagine seeing him do something like a because he said he wanted a suplex. He just wants one suplex on somebody. He doesn't care who. And he's like, maybe you come back at WrestleMania and get your payback and do a suplex on Randy.
I think it happens.
Yeah.
I see it happening.
But then I see a stunner to KSI and stunner to Logan to win the United States title.
Yeah, because you can't forget Owens is still in that match.
No.
And it's Owens. He's a prize fighter.
Or they're going to continue his heel run. They do, because then KSI suplexes Randy, right? Looks all high. Yeah! And then KO comes around, stunner, and then it's going to be Logan with the brass knuckles, and then he's going to win.
Yep.
Sorry, I just thought
the same thing.
I was going to say I just thought of that, and I was like, that's probably what's going to happen.
And then we do have some new news regarding Damage Control and Bailey. So Io Sky versus Bailey. Or Kari Sane. Io Sky, whatever. Just ignore me. I'm just reading names right now. But it did say, oh yeah, Io Sky. I was right. I just looked over to the left of my screen and it said Kari Sane. So ignore that.
Or
but
Io Shirai. Like Rhea said.
But it does say the match between 2024 Royal Rumble winner Bailey and her former friend and Damage Control teammate Dakota Kai ended in a disqualification when the women's champion Io Sky punched Bailey. The role model was in firm control of the match, but an angered Sky had seen enough and attacked her WrestleMania 40 opponent. After the bell, Naomi attempted to help Bailey, but Asuka, Kari Sane, and the champion laid out their enemies and stood tall in the ring together.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'll let you go off on that because I don't have much on that one.
Oh, I'm just reading stuff as I go along. But if I had to add anything off of that, you already know who my pick is to win. It's Bailey. Like, yeah, Damage Control is going to come out and do some shit, but ultimately it's Bailey that's going to walk out champion.
Yep.
Because if you think about it, Bailey made Damage Control.
Yep.
And then Asuka joined, and they all turned on her. And it's just how it goes. Like I said, in the world of the predetermined wrestling industry, you have to look at it like that sometimes. Like, okay, yeah, I've seen this play out numerous amount of times. Here's what's going to happen. But they could switch it up. Io might win.
Triple H is the GOAT at storyline writing so far.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's why, every storyline there is, I'm sitting here on the ropes like, yeah, I have this pick and it's predetermined, but it could go this way or that way.
Yeah, you never really know what he's going to do.
And, I mean, that goes the same for the whole Cody Rhodes storyline, Rock literally said before he came back for anything.
Could you imagine? Sorry, I just popped into my head. Could you imagine the ending to finishing the story is a number of people from Roman's title reign beating them, coming back and beating all three members of the other bloodline? Like, not talking like Randy and KO and those guys.
I know what you mean.
People farther back. Like,
he's been champ for like 4 years.
People say it's not WrestleMania without John Cena.
Mm-hmm.
So John Cena coming out defending.
Mm-hmm.
Other people that came out and lost to Roman come out defending, and then Cody Rhodes finally hits the stunner and 1, 2, 3. I mean the crossroads. Sorry, crossroads.
The stunner.
Too many wrestling moves. Too many names. But yeah, I see that. I thought that would be kind of cool just to see just imagine you're sitting there. The bloodline comes out and you're like, oh fuck, here we go. But then John Cena's music hits, comes out, tries beating them down. They start beating on him. Then somebody name somebody off of that's lost to Roman so far.
Good God.
There's a list of many people. Just take one.
Jey Uso.
Jey Uso is another one. Come on, Jey Uso. Oh yeah, Jey Uso comes out. Damn.
Ooh. We didn't even talk about that. Who's your pick?
Jey.
Good.
Main event, Jey, my boy.
Good answer.
I'm fucking Team Yeet, my guy. Team Yeet versus Team No Yeet. I am Team Yeet.
Yeet.
I just like saying Yeet. I can't say No Yeet. It's Yeet.
Yeet.
Down since day one-ish. Just me, Oos.
One each day.
But yeah, so we are finally getting the dream match that we've always wanted. Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso. So exciting. I am so ready for that.
I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna go handle something.
Oh, Jesus. But yeah, we're finally getting the match Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso. I'm excited to see it because I'm excited to also see all the promos that are going to happen between the two. I just huge long time story, and I know they've always said that that they've wanted to do that at some point in their career, which doesn't normally happen, and especially because they've been a tag team since they've been in the wrestling industry. So excited to see it come full circle, and we're both personally picking Jey, main event Jey, because Jey has to get one up on his brother, especially how many times Jimmy has come in and costed him matches. It's gotta happen. Jay's gonna get the one up on him, and yeah. And they've even said it, that Jey said that the only way he teams up with his brother anymore is if they both go and fully separate themselves from Roman, is the only way a reunion happens, which I wouldn't be totally upset to see that. To see maybe Jey beats Jimmy and teams up with him, and then they stop Rock and Solo? Maybe? I could see it, and that would be fun, but probably not gonna happen. Yeah, so we're gonna come right back once Ryan's done. We'll see you in a second. So we're back now that Ryan is back. I did see something about the NBA though. Speaking of which, Duncan Robinson beat Buddy Hield's record to the fastest player to hit 1,000 3-pointers in NBA history. In his career. He's only played 342 NBA games, and he's got to 1,000 3-pointers made in his career. So shout out to you, Jimmy Neutron. Duncan Robinson. I'm just kidding. Shout out to Duncan Robinson on the Miami Heat. Got the dub tonight with a crazy Bam Adebayo 3-point shot. Basically from the fucking logo. Drain the 3 to beat the Pistons to be tied for 7th. Kyrie Irving got a really good skyhook in at the end of the game to beat the Denver Nuggets at the buzzer. Left-handed skyhook too, running across the free throw line and just left-hand skyhooked it in. So that was crazy too. But anyway, as we were talking, I like the Jey Uso thing and Jimmy Uso, and especially I was just saying, maybe do you see Jimmy coming to his senses after losing to Jey and helping him stop the bloodline from beating Roman?
So funny thing is, I was just about to say that. I think we might find out on night 2.
Oh. How do we always have the same thoughts? How?
We hang out too much.
We don't hang out enough, that's what. We don't hang out enough, but we are on the same wavelength when it comes to wrestling.
Yeah.
We're on the same wavelength of basically everything sometimes. It's crazy to see. Sometimes when you just have that link. Yeah, I see that as an option too. As Jimmy finally coming to his senses and stopping Roman and figuring out that he's turned his family against everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. That and the six-pack ladder match for the tag team titles. I did see something today that the way there could be an option to split the tag team titles up, which would be good. That the Miz and R-Truth come out as a tag team for one of them, and the Miz and R-Truth runs up the ladder and only grabs either the Raw titles or the SmackDown titles. And drops off the ladder. Only takes one. So then Judgment Day goes up, grabs the other one. Then they've officially split the titles. Judgment Day retains their title, retains their reign, and then their titles are split, and we don't have to worry about every tag team on both shows going for the one titles. What do you think?
I like it. I think it's about time they kind of split the titles.
Yeah, now that they're off the bloodline, I think they need to get split.
Yeah.
It was a big thing when the Usos beat RK Bro, which so sad to see that reign, see that tag team did not end the way it should have. We will never see the official ending of that one. And I did see Matt Riddle at some point talked about how he pitched the idea for him to be the one to turn on Randy instead of Randy turn on him. So
that interesting.
Had he kept his drugs in order, we would have seen Matt Riddle turn on Randy Orton and end RK Bro. Which sucks. But it happens. But Rhea versus Becky.
Is actually... Oh, sorry.
So you continue. Say what you were gonna say.
I was supposed to say. So I actually got curious as to why he got fired from WWE.
He was doing coke.
Says Matt Riddle was released from WWE due to over 24 incidents where he got heat backstage, and he burned too many chances with the company. He was in the middle of a storyline with Drew McIntyre when he was fired. It was reported that he had failed another drug test and had already entered treatment.
He was doing too much cocaine.
Several weekend live events and the September 11th episode of Raw.
Yep. Yeah, he failed all his drug tests because he admitted it too. I'm pretty sure. Quote me if I'm wrong, but on that one podcast he did, or the one interview he did, he admitted that he had too many problems doing cocaine.
Mm-hmm.
Which, for a guy who has too many times of doing cocaine and still look like that, credit for keeping your shape up.
Yeah.
Jesus. Like, let's be honest, don't do drugs. I will say that. Do not do those kind of drugs. Ever. They will ruin your life. Kind of like, exactly like Matt Riddle lost his chance at WWE because of that. But in all seriousness, cocaine does a lot to your body.
Yeah.
A lot. And he still looked like that and kept doing drugs?
For now.
Yeah. But again, don't do drugs. I swear to God, don't do drugs. We will find you.
No, we won't.
Oh, we'll find you. And we will 1D every one of you. I'm not kidding. We will find you in 1D you. I swear to God. I will Uso splash the fuck out of you. I'm just kidding. You're having too much fun with these sound alerts.
No, I'm not.
Cricket. Anyway, Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley. Who do you got?
Becky.
I got Rhea.
I got Becky.
Why?
The fucking man.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I'm just actually asking. Like, why do you think that?
The way they're pushing Becky right now towards Rhea, it's got Becky written all over it at WrestleMania.
I see Liv Morgan working her way into a triple threat. What's playing? Is that the song?
Yeah, it's the lo-fi radio.
Huh. You don't hear that snare?
Oh, I hear it.
Oh, yeah, it is part of the song. It just all of a sudden started, and I'm like, what the fuck? It's like, what sound are you playing? But honestly, I think the Revenge Tour I think the Revenge Tour picks up heat in the next month. Within the time, even though we don't have much time left.
Yeah.
Till then, or maybe even afterwards. I think they do even if Becky loses, or if Becky wins, I see them doing a Rhea versus Liv Morgan shot, rivalry again. However, if Becky does lose to Rhea, I see them possibly doing the same thing. I could see it. Having the Revenge Tour pick up momentum and end up having a match, say the pay-per-view after WrestleMania Backlash, or even SummerSlam for that matter.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be bad to see because they haven't done their revenge. They haven't done Liv's revenge tour for no reason. Like they can't. I don't think it's one of those things where they're just doing it just to do something with her.
Yeah.
I think they're doing it for a reason, but it's a more long built out story because it is what it's supposed to be, longer stories, which
I was about to say one person to keep in mind for a return could
Alexa
be at
Bliss.
WrestleMania. Yup, you fucking knew it.
How's that for stealing your punchline now, motherfucker? I'm just kidding.
You have finally entered the beast.
Yeah,
But,
I did see that Alexa Bliss is gonna confirm she will make a return at some point.
Mm-hmm. Don't know. When.
Now that she had her kid, I think, didn't she?
Mm-hmm.
She had her kid.
Yeah, she had her kid in November last year, I believe.
Yep. So credit to her. I wonder what character she'll come back as.
That's what I'm excited to see. That and
I don't think they continue with the whole doll thing though.
I never know because
you never know, but I don't think so.
It's just the fact that and this is kind of a touchy subject, so once again, let's go ahead and get into the hot topics. Uncle Howdy.
Oh, you're gonna bring up live stream comments?
Huh?
Are you gonna bring up the live stream conversation?
No.
Aww.
It's just the fact that you never really know if they're going to continue with Uncle Howdy. If it is Bo Dallas, I could somewhat see it. Maybe that is someone that could possibly pair up with Liv Morgan.
Yeah.
Bo Dallas and Liv Morgan, from what I've heard, are together, IRL. I think it'd be kind of interesting because if anybody deserves to continue his brother's legacy, obviously it'd be Bo.
Yeah.
As Uncle Howdy, if he is Uncle Howdy, because I mean they could still bring Uncle Howdy back and kind of work on preserving that. But I mean they don't have to. It's just one of those things that it would be cool to see. I think a lot of fans would agree.
Yeah.
But obviously we're not gonna sit here and be like, oh, if we don't see Uncle Howdy, why? Like, it's just one of those things where it's like if he does show up.
It was just a touchy subject.
Yeah. So I think what they might do, if they are planning on it, is they might wait maybe a year. So, let it kind of cool down a bit and then bring him back. Because either way, so if they were to bring Uncle Howdy back, could you imagine the pop?
Yeah.
Even if that man returned as Bo Dallas, the fucking pop would be insane. It'd be like the pop that Sean Spears got.
I think they come up. I think they do something besides Bo Dallas, though. I think Bo Dallas is gone.
I'm still sitting here thinking it's if he does return, if it was him under the mask, it
would be it would be either Uncle Howdy or it'd be a completely separate character.
Because I don't know, I'd like to see it, but like I said,
I understand why they don't.
Yeah. Like it's very touchy.
Yeah, that was basically his child. Like that storyline was his baby.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just take that away, take that and do something else with it without knowing what he wanted to do with it.
Yeah.
Is the way I would see it. But
yeah, then it's like the only person that would know best would be Bo. So I guess it's just one of those things where we'll have to kind of keep an eye out for it. Like, not bring it up, but just kind of keep an eye out for it.
Yeah.
But other than that, that's pretty much all I got, other than the fact that there is an update on our Universe Mode series. Me and D-Nag here had a somewhat workshop meeting, if that's what you want to call it. We decided that we are going to have two separate brands, and they are going to be on Wednesday night, which will be my show, which will be titled NNW, Natsu Nation Wrestling. And then D-Nag will also have his own show. I'll let you...
it's called, as of right now, it's called Saturday Night Steel. And it's all going to be, both shows are going to be under D&N TV Wrestling.
Yep. And so right now, we, I don't know if DNAG has started on his side of like logos and stuff, but I have been throwing some ideas up on the wall for logos, and I haven't even focused on a roster list because that's the least of my worries. I think that'll come later. But we are not going to be releasing any episodes, but we will keep you guys updated on the progress of that, and then obviously keep all the juicy details to ourselves.
Yep.
And let you guys figure out.
Until then, we will continue live streaming. I think you're next tomorrow.
Yeah, because tomorrow's Monday, so yeah.
And I will continue my rise on Tuesday. Speaking of that, I should have said this at the beginning. For those of you who tuned in on Saturday, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. However, my monitors took a bit of a death on Saturday. RIP in the comment. RIP monitors in the comment if you've made it this far. I want to see it.
You gotta
right here. Well, right here we'll play the clip. So I'm gonna play this clip to you at the begin. Well, no, we'll play the clip at the beginning, just so we know.
No, you gotta put it like right here.
All right, we'll put it here. It'll slide right across the screen. Yeah, so my monitors took a little bit of a death, and so I had to end stream early because I had no more monitors to run the live stream off of. But my setup's back. You can see my setup is back. My setup is 100% now. $330 later. My controller still works. I only popped. I know. I'm surprised. I only popped one bumper out, and it popped right back in, and it works totally fine. It was mainly my mic, I think, that got mainly my mic that hit the screen because obviously it's broken.
Yeah.
My mic stand's broken, but yeah. So so those of you who were wondering why it ended after 42 minutes, that is why I've raged, but I will admit I'm going to turn down the difficulty on that Gunther match. I'm going to get past it, and then we're going to end that story. I also turned off the match, like the back and forth mini game, because I hate that mini game. It sucks ass, and it's terrible, and I hate it. It's a nice addition, but I just hate it because it's so rage-inducing at how much sometimes like the release button is very touchy on the square when you're supposed to hold it. Like, I've had that problem, and then sometimes when it's back and forth and it ties and it goes to the mashing buttons, you cannot win. I've had that where no matter how fucking fast I am smashing that button, I am sitting there, you will lose. As soon as it gets to the mash the button mode of that minigame, you will lose. Just like in submissions this year. It is so difficult to put a submission on somebody, I've found, on legend mode, I should say. Because as soon as you hit, like, the submission, you cannot beat them. I've done it to...
overall.
Yeah.
Your submission's at 100.
Yeah. Even with their head, like, say, like, their body is, or their head's on red, even on red, I still can't get them to submit. I have to throw the entire fucking book, plus the entire encyclopedia at the motherfucker, and then finally go for the submission. I have successfully submitted somebody once. Out of any match. I have tried many times. I've gotten somebody to submit once. Yeah. So that's just me. So that was, if you were wondering why it ended so quickly, I am sorry. My monitors kind of took an RIP to the trash can. If you just...
They did not make it.
They did not make it. They did not make it in any... They did not make it in any sense of the word.
No, I went to the bathroom and then I came back and your screen was black and the game was paused and I'm like, what the fuck happened? And then it ended and I'm like, wait, what the hell? And then I get back into it and I restart where I was at and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I wasn't proud of that moment. I'm not gonna lie.
I think we had a little chat after.
Oh yeah, I Snapchatted you after that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we're gonna end it here. We're over an hour.
Yeah.
So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. Do not forget to subscribe, comment, and turn on the bell notifications because we are riding this train into the tomorrow. I don't know. Into the tomorrow.
I mean, it is 9:41 p.m. and our sleep schedules are just everywhere.
Oh, yeah. We are at 72 subscribers, and we are hell of on our way up to our 150 subscriber goal by the end of the year, and it's only fucking March. We killing it. So keep it up, and tune in tomorrow for Mr. Natsu's live stream. I'm sure you're doing GM mode, right?
Yep. Okay. Might have some different challenges.
Ooh, spicy. You'll have to stay tuned for that tomorrow at yeah. And then I will be live streaming Tuesday, and then Mr. Natsu Thursday, and me Friday, and then another D&N show next Sunday. But thank you for tuning in. Yeah. Yep. But thank you for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. Stay classy, don't be trashy, and enjoy the rest of your day, night, evening, tomorrow. Be careful today since it was recorded on St. Patrick's Day. Stay safe. Enjoy that hangover this morning if you're watching it Monday morning. And we'll see y'all in the next one. Doses.